Welcome to Polymer Clay TV. I'm Elisa, and today I have a project that is so fun and so easy, and you can get such great results with it. And today I'm going to show you how to make these really cool earrings. And there's not much to doing it. Once you learn it, you can go crazy with it. For instance, on this one, I actually ended up using some scrap clay, so it's a great way to use up some of your scrap clay as well. And you can make earrings, you can make pendants, whatever it is that you want to make using this technique once you learn it. So I started out here with some white gold Primo clay. It's the Primo Accents. I just love that clay. For some reason, it's just so sparkly and fun, and I just love using it. So that's what I've used here. I have some of our Color Me Magic transfer papers that I've actually already transferred, and sometimes you have ones that will get a little messed up and when you're working with it or whatever. Don't get rid of them, because this is a perfect project to use them. So if something doesn't come out perfectly around the edges or whatever, you can still use it. So this is kind of one of those projects that you can do it with the exact colors you want if you want to, or you can do it with scrap clay or little pieces that you have laying around or whatever. So it's kind of one of those projects that, you know, you can put anything into it that you want and then elaborate as much as you want, or as simple, keep it as simple as you want. So like I said, I already have these transferred. I'm going to set these aside for now until we get there. I have a cookie cutter that's larger and a cookie cutter that's smaller. And I'm using the round cutters, but you can certainly do these in any cookie cutter shape. The teardrop shape would look beautiful, a square, whatever it is that you have, think about using those. But I'm going to use the circles today. And, okay, so I have a pair of pliers for when we go to put the earrings together. Of course, a roller and blade, all the normal tools that you're going to need. I have something to poke any holes out that I want to make, a brush, and I have one of my metal tools. And, you know, you can use anything you want, like I said. I have a pan pastel to give it a little color. That's what I used on this. And I have the etch and pearl, and I believe this is the largest one out of the set. And I use that to get this shape here on my earrings. Oops, sorry about that. So let's get started and start with just the plain clay. So this here actually is the white gold, like I said, and then I had some scraps laying around. And so what I did was I kept folding it and running it through the pasta machine in the same direction, kept folding and folding it, like kind of like you would do a Skinner blend, but I did it with scrap. And you get some beautiful looks with the scraps, so don't get rid of your scrap. I mean, you can really do some neat stuff. Okay, so the thing with this is you want it to have some thickness to it, and although you kind of need to have, you need to have it thick enough so that you can put something in the middle of it, you know, because we're going to insert a piece in there. But so you don't want too thin, and you want it thick enough so that it's not going to break on you. So what I did was I did number 3, which is the third thickest setting on my pasta machine, and ran that through. And what I did was I went and I cut out circles, but I'm trying to keep the clay still in the cookie cutter. That was my goal here, so that I can then make it 2 layers thick. Now, you have the option of using like a screw eye to hang, you know, the earrings, or you can poke a hole. I ended up poking a hole, but sometimes I would use a screw eye, which are those little screws with the hook on the end. So I just went ahead and I pushed these together with my finger, and I'm pulling them out, and now I have my disc. Perfect to work with. So you would cut out 2 more, another, you know, 2 by, you want it to stay in the cutter, like I said, and then come back over here, make sure you got enough room. I might not have enough, but we're going to go for it anyways. I did. And again, push down so that they adhere to each other while it's still in the cookie cutter, and so that helps to keep it from not getting distorted. Oop. And you know what? I didn't have quite enough, but you get the gist. Here's another one that I already did. So it's very simple. Now you've got your base. You want to come back and you want to clean up the edges as always and get it really nice the way you want it. Okay, so that then you can start adding the design. Let's do the same thing here with this scrap one. And again, I would just press down Try to keep it in, as you can see. And you can even kind of line up the like if you like over here is the back or whatever, you can line it up like that too. So you got two really nice designs. And while it's still in the cookie cutter, I want to push them together. So make sure there's no air pockets and make sure they adhere, you know, nicely together. You can do that again once you pull it out. Clean your edges, and then same thing over here. So, I mean, for scrap, it's so pretty. So just think about it. It's a great way to use up scrap clay. And I want to make sure to push them together while it's in there. I'm not pushing hard. I'm not trying to distort the clay. I'm just trying to make sure that they adhere, you know, so when I pull it apart, they don't come apart. Because I want them to be front and back, obviously the same size. So that's it. That's how simple that is. So let's now take our smaller cookie cutter, and we're going to go straight in the middle with this. So I might have to pull it back here a little so I can see which is the middle. And so once I find the middle, I found it kind of easier to like stack them up and cut them all together so they're right in the same spot. So I'm going to push down with that. And you're not trying to get these to adhere. You want these to still be separate pieces because these are going to be earrings. So twisting is probably your best bet to get that out. And then you want to pull these two apart. And now I've got a nice little circle, and you can just push this out of here. You don't need that. Although save that because you might find something to use it for. So that's when these transfers come in. You can use anything you want. Like I said, it's, you know, you can use something that's messed up. You can do something specific. And I think I'm going to go with this one. I think I'm going to do like these swirly edges. So I'm just going to cut it out and then poke it out gently with my metal tool. Do the same over here. Now the thing with these is, I did this on white clay. I'm not showing you the transfer method because I've done it a zillion times on our channel. If you want to know how to transfer using the Color Me Magic transfers, go ahead and watch one of our old videos or several of our old videos. It's even in our shop. If you go to createalong.com and you go to the Magic Transfer page, you'll see plenty of videos. So then I'm just going to insert this in here and gently work it into the space until I have it in there the way I like it. And I'm going to do the same over here. Now, it may not be the same thickness on this side, so you could add another one in there, you know, another piece in there, another piece of clay, or you can end up covering it with another design, or you can leave it as is. It's totally up to you. Once I have the design in there, I like to give it a little roll with my rod, and that helps to kind of make sure that it's in place. I'm not using any pressure whatsoever here. I'm just rolling it to kind of meld them together. And, you know, the back's not going to be so pretty if I leave it like that. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the same clay, okay, that I had, the silver clay, and we'll roll it out again into a flat sheet and just cover that back. Or I could come back with a piece of, you know, another design. Would be beautiful. I mean, really the sky is the limit with this technique. You can do anything you want, which is why I'm saying, you know, break out your scrap clay, make some pretty, you know, like backgrounds, and just play with it, because I mean it's a simple technique. As you see, there's not much to it. You can make earrings, you can make pendants, you can, you know, anything, you can do anything you want. Beads, these could be really cool on one of the hollow bead makers like this to make this shape. I could drape them over here like so and, you know, work it together, and then I'd have a hollow, you know, more of a dome shape. So that's a possibility as well. But since I'm just going to do the back here because the back's not pretty to me. I mean, I could pretty it up, you know, by adding some color or whatever, but I just want to add some more clay. So since I don't need it to be so thick, I'm just going to once again go through actually I think I'm going to do number 4 because I really don't want it thick. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut out just some circles to add over on the back. same size as I did before. And then I would just, you know, put that on the back there. And the thicker you go, you could actually make beads too. So we could drill the hole going across rather than like an earring where you put the hole here. You could turn these into a bead. So let me just show you how I did this, and we'll go ahead and do that as well. So I just took some clay like you normally do, and I got myself a cutter to help me figure out, you know, how much I wanted to use and make it the same consistency. So I just had this little flower cutter here, and I needed 3, so I just cut out 3 of these, and that way they're all the same size. So that's a little tip too. If you want your pieces to be the same size, use the same cookie cutter or you know, plunger cutter or whatever, and then you can do that, get it all the same size. So these excuse me, these etch and pearls are good for making like a domed piece. See how you use it? See how it becomes a little dome at the top? Gives it like a little ball finish, which is really cool. And I really like the look of that. It almost looks like a gemstone, believe it or not. And so you just use the hollow bead maker. Again with the hollow bead maker, I got hollow bead maker on the brain. You would then use your etch and pearl, sorry about that guys, and create these really cool like little things on the end, whatever you want to call them. And it really gives it a nice look. You know, I really like I said, this white gold, because it does have a look of metal, and you can achieve some really cool results with it. So that's what I did with that, and then I came back with my pan pastels, and they come in these little pans, hence the name Pan Pastels. And I'm a big fan of pan pastels. You'll see me using them a lot on the channel. And just a little dab will do ya. And then I came back here, let's see, I used my metal stamp and just stamped right into the clay like so, to give it a little extra oomph. And there's 20 in the set, so you can really do anything. You can go crazy. And then I poked my hole. And I just start by twisting it in there. I pick it up when I see it go through, and then I come back from the other side. And this, by going in one side and coming back out the other side or whatever, will help your hole to not distort and help the clay not to crack. And then you just make the hole size you want. And that's as simple as it is to make these really cool earrings or pendants or whatever you want to make. And to do the earring part, you bake these when you're done. And again, I added some powder pigments in around here to accentuate, you know, the piece, a little on the edges. It's really entirely up to you how you want to design your piece. But to add these jump rings, and these are twisted jump rings, they're really cute. I really like them. With jump rings, what you do is you pull them side to side to open them. You never want to pull them apart, because that will make them lose, you know, their strength. So you want to go side to side, and you want to slip it right in. And then I slip on a smaller jump ring, because if you don't, it's not going to hang right. So you'll see when I get it on there. And then I close it the same way by just pushing it together. And so then they're a little tricky to find the edge with the twisted, but I think I got it there. Pull it side to side. A lot of people use 2 pliers. I just use 1. I've always done it that way. And make sure you're slipping it on right so that it's going to face front when you get it in your ear. And then again, close it. But you could do this with 2 pliers. A lot of people do that. And there you've got it. A really cute pair of earrings that's super simple to make. And super fun. So one last thing, and here again is the one with the scrap. I did the same thing, but except I left the design, I added 2 slices on there so that it was thicker, and so I left the design showing. But if you wanted to make this a bead, you would come in from the ends here, and I'd start my hole. I want to do this with a thin piece, a thin needle, And I would just start twisting it all the way through until I feel it come and poke my finger, really. And now I'm feeling it. So I want to pull it back out, and I want to go back into that hole on the other side. Like I said, this helps it from getting distorted. It helps to make the edges more crisp and clean, so that it's not like a raggedy edge, a raggedy hole rather. It's just a great way to do it. And there you have it. This is now a bead, and I could string it this way onto a necklace, onto a bracelet. It would be a really cool bracelet. And so just think about it. Just think about how you could use your scrap and decorate it and make some really cool pieces with it. It's a simple technique, yet really cool looking. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun with it. I'd love to see what you guys make. Come on over to polymerclaytribe.com. That's our Facebook group. We just hit the 3,000 mark. We have more than 3,000 members now. And actually, we have a giveaway right now. If you're a member of the tribe, you can enter to win 30 bars of Primo clay, Primo and Souffle clay. How cool is that? And all you have to do is be a member of the tribe, and you get to enter all these giveaways that we have. And we have a giveaway every 500 new members. So it happens quite often. Plus, we do all kinds of other giveaways all the time for all kinds of stuff. So definitely come over to polymerclaytribe.com and join us. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we are having a retreat in October of 2017. It's actually October 23rd through the 28th. It's 5 nights and 4 days. And the retreat's in the Outer Banks of North Carolina in a mansion that we have all to ourselves. How cool is that? But right now, as of right now, there's only 1 bed left. We're almost sold out. So if you guys are thinking you want to come and spend 5 nights and 4 days with us in a private mansion where we're going to have 5 classes and lots of fun, and we're even having a mermaid ball. So check it out at polymerclayclassroom.com and click on Polymer Clay Adventure in Paradise, and that will tell you all about it, so you can find out all the information. It's all there on that page for you. And remember, there's only 1 spot left, so hopefully if you want to come, you'll get in. But if not, if that 1 spot sells out, get on the wait list. So because we do have a wait list in case anybody has some kind of emergency and can't come. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.